Hello everybody and welcome, my name is GaaraOfBentonYGO, and today here in this exciting Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be going over my friend Cody's Time Thief deck profile that he took to our locals to figure out, can budget players actually be competitive in today's game? And so, Cody, how much money was this deck actually worth?
This deck, for the 40 card deck and like the 5 extra deck monsters that are required, is $59.74 if you bought it on TCG Player today.
$65. Alright, let's see what's in your deck.
So I decided to play Time Thieves because they're good and cheap, which is exactly what we want. Play 3 Winders. He's the Stratos of the deck. He's a special summon. If you have an Exceed monster on the field, you can attach one to special it from hand, and then when he's normal or special summoned, you can add a Time Thief card from deck to hand except for Winder. And then we play 3 Regulators. This is the Rescue Cat of the deck. Super good. You contribute it, special summon 2 Time Thieves with different names, except for Regulator. That's where it kind of gets iffy because there's only 3 Time Thief monsters. So in that case, you have to play the Bezel Ships. The Bezel Ships are really good extenders. You can special it from the graveyard by detaching one from Exceed monster. And then if it's on the field, you can use it as a disruption against your opponent, like I did to Gaara tonight. You can, quick effect, tribute it and target one of your Time Thief XYZs and target a card in your opponent's graveyard and equip it to that XYZ as material. Then, of course, that's it for the Time Thieves. Then I play 3 Summoner Monks. This is just basically rank 4 turbo at this point. You really just want to get a rank 4. Summoner Monk is basically a free rank 4 or spam. If you just have multiple spell cards, you can just spam Summoner Monks over and over again. Then 2 Goblinbergs, just kind of same generic idea. Spam out 4s and what is it? Kage to Kage?
The Gecko.
The Gecko. This guy kind of has 2 purposes. He's a level 4 and he's a dark, so he's just another allure target. And then I'm going blind second with this deck, so naturally the most broken card you can play in a blind second is Dino Wrestler Pankratops. He is a game winner, he's a board breaker.
The card that deserved to be a secret rare, but is a common.
And it's still only going to be a super.
Yep.
And that's it for the monsters. And then I do play so many darks, so Lure of Darkness just helps out a ton. You really don't get a disadvantage from this because you really only just want to get 2 level 4s out and you're golden. And then 3 Instant Fusions. This can be another level 4 or it can be a board breaker for your opponent. Then 3 Twin Twisters. This is super good in this format with all the back row and pendulums and everything else running around. And since we have the room, why not main deck it? And then triple called hand traps will kill this deck like terribly. So Call by the Grave is a total necessity. Then I play 2 Mind Control, just another board breaker, or if your opponent is dumb enough to summon a level 4 against you, you can use it. And then just to help consisting a little bit, I played 2 Desires. I didn't play 3 because I didn't want to take anything else out for a 3rd one, and I'm playing 40 cards. And their Desire is a little risky because there is 2 cards you really don't want to banish. And those 2 cards is Double or Nothing. This is the win condition of the deck. It is Time Thief, Utopia, TK, and you really need these cards. I actually drew both of these Game 2 opening hand against Invoked 101. Which basically made me lose the whole game. And then 1 Time Thief hack. This is like a built-in magical mid-breaker field for Time Thieves. It's searchable by Winder. It makes your XYZs, the turn they're summoned, unaffected by your opponent's. They cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, and your opponent cannot destroy them by card effects. And it has an added ability to give your XYZ 300 attack times the material attached to it, and it can, that monster can, if it has a material attached to it that your opponent controls, that monster can attack directly. And that's it for the spells. And then for the traps, play 3 Shade, because it is blind second. You don't want to play traps because that's too slow, since Shade can be activated the turn it's set. It's broken in this deck because it's a level 4, and it's broken in this deck because you can summon Redoer with a trap card on it, which is a free spin back to the top of the deck.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Then for the extra deck, play 2 Redoer. 2 seems like the appropriate number. It never went in the second one, but it was always there for an option if need be. It's really fun to steal your opponent's cards and dodge stuff and be disruptive and everything. Then I played the 3 Utopia monsters, your normal Utopia, your double, and your lightning. Lightning's really just there just in case your double gets stopped if you can't get the hacks, or if you can't get if you don't have called and they veil it or ash it, then you can just throw lightning on top of it and still be competitive. Then for instant fusion targets, I played 2 Mud Dragons and a Restrict, just purely because I felt like I needed the rank 4 consistency a little bit more, and since I was playing 3 instants, I figured I should play 3 targets. Restrict just to break boards, and then you go into a Link Karibo, and then you can still go into Redoer or Utopia Double. And that's like, and the only ones you really need are literally like these. Like that's all you need, and the Link Karibo. And I think in total this is only like not even $5. Like with as many reprints as Link Karibo's gotten now, it's not expensive. Utopia's not expensive. I honestly think Link Karibo and Restrict are the most expensive things. And then this is kind of just generic, just in case. Phoenix. This is kind of where the budget kind of goes out of play, and I just played what I had. Phoenix, Cerberus, Borla Sword. This is technically kind of budget because it was $4.
How many times did you summon that tonight?
I didn't technically summon it. Someone scooped because they knew I was going to summon it. Gaara.
Okay.
So you could say I summoned it once, which is doesn't break the budget at all.
And like that's getting our reprint soon too.
Yeah.
So
then one plan B, just because it's a stopper. It stopped Invoked 101 from playing for a couple turns. And then 1 Exciton Knight, just because he's a really good generic Link 4. And then my side deck's a little weird because I kind of threw it together. Didn't really side much tonight. Time Thief Flyback. If you know you're going to go first, this is a really good card to side in. If I know I'm going first, I usually take the Pankratops out because it's really bad if you draw it going first and you can't special it. Or I'll like side out a Desires or something. Like it's just kind of your call depending on what you're playing against. And then I played 3 Red Ray Boots just because it was I needed 3 more cards and that was the first thing I saw. And 3 Elanleys. As a blind second deck, you really, and you know, if you know your opponent's going to build a board, you do kind of lose your win condition with this because you want to attack for game, but sometimes, depending on what you're playing against, the neg for them is just too much.
yeah.
And then they can't recuperate. And then 3 Kaijus. I played 2 Stickies and a Gamma Seal just because I don't have 3 Gamma Seals. Just problem solving, and then they're extra. The fact that they're over 2k doesn't matter if you have hacks, because you can give your monster 600 more attack, so you still attack for game. And then just more spell trap removal, 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. If you really want to play this on a super budget, the most expensive card in the main deck is Twin Twisters. You can just play Mystical Space Typhoon and literally cut $12 or more off off the price.
Now, how many games did you win today?
Like games?
Or like matches?
Matches? 3 matches. Played 3 rounds.
Pretty good.
I went X0. Yeah, I played Gaara's really bad Chaos Dragon deck with a prize card. It's a $1,000 prize card loses to $60 deck.
Oh, I didn't know about the prize card yet. Spoiler alert.
And then I played Zombies, which did nothing against me just because they, I don't know, like they did things.
Yeah.
They did lots of things. Just I had the outs.
Yeah.
I literally had.
He
the
just
outs.
OTK'd him twice.
And then I played Destiny Heroes, which I got a little more nervous about because I knew they were playing Solemns, so I had to worry about back row a little more. But I made the Twin Twisters and slide everything else in, so it's not a big deal.
So you're gonna be playing this deck on Saturday to test against Salmon Greats and Thunder Dragons and
Real meta. I will be testing against real meta.
all right. So we'll have a follow-up video for that, and that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.